Very good morning, students. Yesterday we had discussed about Vijayanagara Empire, the famous rulers among the Vijayanagara Sangama dynasty, that is Devaraya II. Devaraya II also has one more name, Prouda Devaraya. And after Devaraya II, his son Mallikarjuna started to rule, but he was a very weak king. And Virupaksha III, since both of them are very weak, they could not lead the kingdom. So through that, the capital Vijayanagara was captured by Salva Narasimha, the ruler of Salva dynasty, in the year 1485. So then the Sangama dynasty came to an end. Okay, so now from Salva dynasty started to rule in the year 1485 to 1505 CE. Okay, from that the famous ruler was Salva Narasimha. Salva Narasimha started to rule in 1485 to 1491. He lived only 6 years. So after that he died, and after his death, since his children were minor, so the in charge was taken by one of his commander named called Tuluva Narasanayaka. His name is Tuluva Narasanayaka. Okay, he is from Tuluva dynasty, Tuluva Narasimha Nayaka. Okay. Okay, after this, then Tuluva Narasanayaka took an in charge. He ruled and he continued up to 1503. Okay, so then the next dynasty started to rule, that is Tuluva dynasty, 1505 to 1567. Tuluva dynasty, it is written, okay, on the board. So the year is written. So the Veera Narasimha, the son of Tuluva Narasanayaka, took an in charge, and after his death in 1509, his brother Krishna Devaraya started to rule in 1509. So once the from the Tuluva dynasty, Tuluva Narasanayaka started to rule, and after his death, his brother Krishna Devaraya took in charge. Krishna Devaraya is one of the legend person in the Vijayanagara Empire. Krishna Devaraya. So all of you have heard about Krishna Devaraya, right? He was one of the greatest king and very intelligent man. The Krishna Devaraya was, who had 8 Ashtadiggajas in his court, and he was very famous during his administration. And also we can say that Krishna Devaraya's age is one of the golden age in the Vijayanagara Empire, where Vijayanagara was filled with vast richness and gold and silver, which was sold on the footpath, where many people used to buy gold and silver on the footpath. It means, you just imagine, there nowadays in the market it's very difficult to sell the vegetables, but we could understand how the people were very faithful during the Vijayanagara Empire. Even though they used to sell gold and silver on the footpath, so they were never used to steal. So it shows that the Vijayanagara people were very honest. It means we also can understand Krishna Devaraya was a very strict and very honest king among the Vijayanagara emperors. So, and let us come back once again. What are the achievements of this Krishna Devaraya? So Krishna Devaraya started to rule in the year 1509. Of course, he started to extend his territory once he took in charge of the empire. And one of the historian wrote, his name is Robert Sewell, tells about Krishna Devaraya. He describes like that. So he describes Krishna Devaraya was a very brave king, intelligent soldier and diplomatic expert. So that was one of the historian, that is name called Robert Sewell explained or described about Sri Krishna Devaraya. And what are his achievements? Krishnadevaraya's actually he defeated Raja of Umatur, Ganga Raja in 1510, and he also defeated the Sultan of Bijapur in 1510. Sultan of Bijapur were defeated in 1510. Sultan of Bijapur, and 1530 he captured Udayagiri fort, and in 15 Udayagiri fort in 1530, and respectively in 1518 and then 1518 he attacked the Raja of Gajapati Prathaparudra, the Kalinga ruler, in 1518, and he captured Cuttack in 1518. Cuttack. And also he was able to he supported to Portuguese and able to get Goa from Bijapur Sultan in the year 1510. He really supported to Portuguese, so he was able to get Goa from the control of Bijapur Sultan. So after defeating Gajapati Gajapati Prathaparudra, so by defeating him, so he got married to his daughter Jaganmohini. Okay, so Kalinga ruler, Gajapati Prathaparudra was a Kalinga king. So by defeating him, he got married to his daughter Jaganmohini. Okay, and not only this, so his achievement was a lot and many more. So of course he extended his territory further. He continued, and he also captured Raichur fort and Kalburgi as well as Bidar forts respectively in the year 1522. In 1522 he captured Raichur fort by defeating Adil Shah is from the king Adil Shah king, that is Adil Shah Ismail Adil Khan. So his name is Ismail Adil Khan. And also I told you Kalburgi and Bidar was respectively captured by him. And Krishnadevaraya also was able to release one of the king's son from the sultans, Bahamani. Who was captured by Bahamani Prime Minister, and finally, so the king's son was released. So after that, he got the title Yavanarajya Pratishtapanacharya. He got the title Yavanarajya Pratishtapanacharya. So that was one of the title he got, Yavanarajya Pratishtapanacharya. Yavanarajya Pratishtapanacharya. That was the title Krishnadevaraya got in the Vijayanagara. And of course, so he extended his territory in all four directions. Okay, so but what happened? He died in the year 1529. Krishnadevaraya died in the year 1529. Such a rich king, Krishnadevaraya, so died in the year 1529. During his time, Domingo Pius, who had visited to Vijayanagara kingdom, he had described about Krishnadevaraya. He told that Krishnadevaraya was a soft person with a strong body. He was a soft person with a strong body. So he has described about Krishnadevaraya in his book. So then later on what happened? After the death of Krishnadevaraya, so the Rakasatangadi battle took place in the year 1565 January 23rd. So this Rakasatangadi battle took place between Ramaraya and Sultanates. So who is Ramaraya? Ramaraya was a famous king of Tuluva dynasty or Aravido dynasty. Aravido dynasty. So he was one of the famous king. So after the Krishnadevaraya's death, so Achyutaraya from Aravidu took an in charge. Who took? Krishnadevara after Achyutaraya in 1530 to 1542, and later on Sadashivaraya 1543 to 1565. Then Sadashivaraya was a minor, and finally Sadashivaraya's he was unable to rule since he was a minor. Ramaraya started to rule from the Aravidu dynasty. Then after Ramaraya, his son-in-law Krishnadevaraya took the in charge. Okay. So, but what happened? Of course, where Ramaraya also was one of the noble ruler, able to capture Vijayapura and Golconda from the sultanates. So then sultanates saw the richness and richness of Vijayanagara kingdom. So they were very jealous. They started to have jealous against Vijayanagara kings, and they had a plan to defeat Vijayanagara king Ramaraya. So that's why the Talikota war took place, Talikota battle, and it is also has one more name, Rakasa Tangadi. So the battle took place on the river bank of Krishna, on the river bank of Krishna river in the year 1565. In the year 1565. What happened? What is the result of this war? Actually, sultanates united together in order to fight against Ramaraya. But what happened? Of course, Ramaraya died in the war. Okay, in 1565. So his son Tirumala and Venkata escaped from they ran away from the battlefield, and they took shelter in Penakonda. And later on, what happened? Then this was captured by sultans, and finally they made Penakonda, Chandragiri as their capitals. Velluru, Chandragiri, and Penakonda was made. Those places were made as their capitals, and finally some of the important Karnataka kingdom also rise to the power. So such as Mysuru, Keladi, Chitradurga, and Surapur, Yalanka. These many kingdoms so became very independent after the Rakasa Tangadi battle in the year 1565. So please remember, so the Rakasa Tangadi is one of the major battle in the Vijayanagara Empire in 1565. Okay. So do you have any doubt? Please, if you have any doubt, you can have clarification now itself. Okay. Thank you.